Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Unhinged and Undocumented. Today, we are just going to go do a quick overview of Monday Night Raw and what happened tonight. Just tonight, it's going to be me and boy Cruz.
Ew.
So, to begin the night, we actually had some interesting things going on.
Oh god, such chaos breaking out already.
We had Gunther coming out, calling out not only Damian Priest, but the rest of the Judgment Day and calling them all street trash,
Mm.
which proceeded to have Damian Priest come out and
Mm.
basically lift his mic like he was going to say something, drop it, and
Uh,
just completely obliterate Gunther,
just dead Gunther right in the face, man, right in the schnoz.
which led to a brawl from the ring all the way to the backstage
Mm.
area. You had a
Mm.
backstage brawl, leading me to believe, I'm hoping it's a street fight, because that is
Yeah,
just going to put so much more into that match, I think,
yeah,
especially
like it's,
considering there wasn't much build up to it.
mm, yeah, like
So,
it's got to be at this point. It's got to be something along those lines.
um, and then that was how it started. That was a good way to start, if you ask me.
Oh, absolutely.
Which leads me to, I have this belief of Priest possibly turning face. You know,
Mm.
him and Rhea, which we'll get to Rhea later.
Yeah.
But I mean, that was, like I said, not that's a good way to start it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Cruz, well,
Mm.
what was your take on Raw tonight?
It was a pretty good show. Lots of storyline advancement. Of course, we had the opener between Damian Priest and Gunther, and yeah, I agree that it looks like they're gonna make Priest a face, maybe Rhea too, because storyline wise, they were both still loyal to each other while the rest of the Judgment Day was doing their own thing. But yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, definitely a crazy start to Raw.
Yeah. Oh man, there's so much went on. We're not gonna go over every detail. We're just gonna kind of skim through it a little bit.
Yeah.
So that's what happened first. First match we had. Uh,
Was it Braun Breaker and Ilya Dragunov?
yes, Braun Breaker, Ilya Dragunov. Great match. That match
Mhm.
was for number one contenders match to fight Sami Zayn at SummerSlam.
Mhm.
We had Braun Breaker completely obliterate
Oh
Ilya
yeah,
Dragunov with a spear that
bro.
disabled him and he could no continue.
Yeah. Yeah. He was going. Or Dragunov hit Breaker with the Death Valley Driver on the ring apron. Breaker goes down. Ilya has him set up for the H bomb. As soon as he jumped off, Breaker just spear out of nowhere. Dragunov catches himself on the ring apron, and the ref stops the match and gives it to Breaker. So now we know at SummerSlam it'll be Breaker and Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental title.
Yeah, and if you don't want to watch all of Raw, at least watch the first match. Great match,
Yes,
great ending.
absolutely.
I
Yeah.
mean, I have no complaints about it whatsoever.
Yeah. No, it was definitely a good match. Definitely worth a watch. Following that match, we had Sonya Deville making, I believe, her in-ring return after
Yes,
being off for a while. Yeah,
that was her.
she defeated. Yeah, she defeated Lyra Valkyria after hitting Lyra with the Deville's Advocate. Excuse me. Then we cut to backstage with the Judgment Day. They were setting up, or they were looking for Jey Uso
Hmm.
after what happened last week between Jay and Rhea and Dom. Um, they all kind of split off, but as we were uh, in the middle of an interview with Sami Zayn talking about his match with Braun Breaker, there was some commotion off screen. They followed Sami, and we saw Jey Uso getting jumped by Finn Balor and JD McDonough. Sami Zayn comes in, makes a save, and that set up the main event for Raw, which was a tag team match between Sami Zayn and Jey Uso against the tag champions Finn Balor and JD McDonough.
Yes.
Uh,
Go ahead.
I was gonna follow up with the next match after that.
Mm-hmm.
We had Karrion Kross and the Authors of Pain defeating Akira Tozawa, Otis, and Xavier Woods in a 6-man tag. Kross gets the pin on Woods after Woods gets frustrated, takes out Razor, and then turned around and Karrion catches him and pins him. And we see Karrion clapping a little bit because he finally got some anger out of Xavier Woods. And then later on, we would cut to Xavier asking Pierce for a match against Kross 1-on-1, and that is official for next week.
That's going to be a good one. I'm excited for that.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
I've honestly been looking forward to seeing some kind of fire come out of Xavier Woods after his playful character.
Oh, yeah. This is going to be very interesting to see where they go with this Xavier Woods storyline while Kofi is out with injury, quote unquote. Let's see. Oh, immediately following that match, the 6-man tag, we had Chad Gable coming out with the Creed brothers. Chad Gable still trying to get
Boo. Boo Wendy Testerberger. Boo. Boo Wendy.
Boo indeed. Boo indeed. Boo Wendy Testerberger indeed. We had Chad Gable trying to get Alpha Academy back together with Akira, Otis, Maxine, and the Creed brothers. Otis said no, and him and Akira and Maxine all stood united, and Gable sent the Creed brothers after Otis and Tozawa. They get beat down right as Gable hands 2 chairs to the Creed brothers, and they're about to attack Otis. See the lights cut off, and we hear that
chills.
creepy. We hear absolutely chills. Another moment that if you haven't watched it, please go see it. We see the White Six come out. We see the 4 of them at the entrance, and the Creed brothers are standing at ringside with the chairs ready. We see Gable still in the ring. Susie turns around. Bam! There's Uncle Howdy right there. Grabs him, locks him in the Sister Abigail, and just immediately spikes him, which was the craziest sell I've ever seen for a Sister Abigail.
Straight. Yeah.
Yeah, he just straight up pencil and then just flopped over.
That Sister Abigail was a little emotional, to be honest. It's the first one we've seen since Bray's passing, so
yeah.
Love to see it. Yeah. I'm glad they're keeping it around. And
right.
I must say, Uncle Howdy's ring gear, I'm loving it. I think it's going to be good.
Yeah, well, definitely. Now we're all just kind of speculating what's going to happen. If it's going to be 1-on-1 between Uncle Howdy and Chad Gable. Is it going to be a 6-person tag, or if it's going to be at SummerSlam or the Raw after? We still don't know. We still got, I believe, 1 more show or 2 more shows before SummerSlam, so we'll see. We'll see how this
1 Raw and 2 SmackDowns.
That was it. So we'll see how this all plays out. Next we had Sheamus. We were gonna have a match between Bronson Reed and Pete Dunne. That match got interrupted by Sheamus coming out, taking out Pete Dunne and Bronson Reed.
Yeah.
Then we cut to backstage with Sheamus saying, Pete Dunne wants to settle this. We can go settle at the pub like men, or we can settle in the ring, however you want to decide. So maybe a SummerSlam match, maybe a match for next week on Raw. I'll have to wait and see. But I'm curious where this goes with Pete Dunne and Sheamus. This is definitely going to be, in the words of Sheamus, a banger. A banger of a match.
Banger after banger.
Absolutely. Then we have another crazy segment with the Judgment Day. On top of everything with them attacking Jay and everything, we still had the ongoing story of Rhea and Dom. Rhea finally had enough with Dom. She brought him and herself out to the ring to try to settle this publicly. We had Liv way out in the crowd, right behind them. saying, "I want to hear the three words from you, Dom," and everything like that. And Dom was trying to hold back Rhea so she wouldn't go after her. And
Yeah.
Dom just finally laid it all out and straight up told Liv, "I hate you," and just went on an absolute rant on Liv. And we see Liv's face just get sad. She walks away all sad and dejected. And then we see Rhea and Dom, I guess for now, make up between them, between the situation,
Yeah,
between.
considering she licked his face.
I know, oh
Ugh.
god, and then left the black lipstick on his
Yeah.
face. So
Pretty sure he left the ring with a heart on.
it's probably. So now we'll have to see how this plays into their match at SummerSlam between Liv and Rhea. Maybe Dom helps Rhea. Maybe Dom turns on Rhea. Who knows? Who's to say?
We shall see.
We shall see what happens. Following that, we had Zelina Vega and Zoe Stark. Zelina Vega pulling off an amazing victory, considering she came into the match injured. She had her arm heavily bandaged from the attack a couple weeks ago from Zoe and Sonya and Shayna Baszler, but she pulled it out in the end with some help from Lyra Valkyria, Tana Chance, and Kane Carter.
Yeah.
And I think they also set up for next week 6-women tag between Sonya, Shayna, and Stark against Lyra Valkyria, Katana Chance, and Kane Carter.
Yep.
Yeah. And of course, we had the main event, Jey Uso and Sami Zayn against JD McDonough and Finn Balor. Jey Uso and Sami Zayn picking up the win, and a pretty good match. Not gonna lie,
I loved it.
very good match. It was an amazing match.
Honestly, anytime at this point that Jey Uso's in the ring,
yeah, for real.
His promo skills, the way he's over right now, his matches, the way he wrestles. Jey Uso is hands down one of my favorites currently.
Yeah, and we were talking about it as we were watching the match. Jey Uso, I really feel benefited from the Bloodline storyline this whole time from back in 2020 all the way till they finally split off and whatever. But him and the whole group just benefited from this whole Bloodline storyline. Maybe one day we'll go in depth about it.
Yeah.
About this Bloodline storyline. But after they get the win, Braun Breaker runs out to the ring and hits Sami Zayn with the spear before Jey could try to help him out. And that's how the show ended.
Yep.
So
Braun Breaker being a douche.
Yeah. So overall, pretty good show. Again, a couple of advancing storylines as we march closer and closer to SummerSlam, you mentioned it while we were watching it. SummerSlam looking like a really, really good show this year.
Yeah, I think the one match that's going to steal the show, as we found out on Raw tonight, Seth freaking Rollins is the special guest referee for Drew McIntyre and CM Punk.
Yes. If you haven't watched it yet, it finally got made official. Drew McIntyre is reinstated. CM Punk is medically cleared. So the match is official for SummerSlam, and we just like Rafe mentioned, we did find out tonight that the special guest referee will be Seth freaking Rollins himself, and they're supposed to meet next week for the referee's instructions. So we'll see how that plays out.
Referee's instructions makes me think they're going to put in some stipulations here.
Yeah, right. Oh, absolutely. Bro, that's gonna be the big one going into the show.
Yeah, for sure.
So far for the card, for those curious, for SummerSlam, we have Damian Priest and Gunther for the World Heavyweight title. We have Bayley and Nia Jax for the WWE Women's Championship. Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley for the Women's World title. Cody Rhodes defends the undisputed title against Solo Sikoa. We got Logan Paul defending the U.S. title against L.A. Knight.
Yeah.
Of course, as we mentioned, Sami Zayn and Braun Breaker for the Intercontinental title. And then CM Punk and Drew McIntyre with Seth freaking Rollins as special guest referee. So pretty stacked card. Pretty much every title will be defended.
Yeah,
outside of the women's tag titles, every title is going to be on the line.
and those might be on the pre-show. Now that I think about it,
Yeah, they might be
that's
because they were hinting backstage because they were doing an interview with the current women's tag team champions Alba
uh-huh.
Fire and Isla Dawn, and we saw Sonya and her crew getting in their face. So maybe building towards a match for the kickoff or Raw after or somewhere down the line, hopefully.
Yeah,
But we shall see how that goes. But yep, that's our little review of Raw tonight.
yeah. Appreciate that, Cruz. Just a quick
Mm,
rundown of what was going on tonight. Like I said, if y'all don't want to watch the whole thing, just watch through the highlights, watch a couple
yeah,
clips. I mean, it wasn't, it was eventful, but it wasn't too eventful. So, I mean, like I
yeah,
said, make sure you watch that Braun Breaker spear
yes,
because it
please.
will hurt you to watch it, I
Oh
promise.
god. Oh god, absolutely. Yeah, watch that.
As,
Watch the Wyatt Six coming out, and then watch the main event.
and if you understand Spanish, watch what Dom says to live.
Oh my god, I'm telling you, Chad. It is. I will say it is not PG what he said, but when you translate it, man, have fun translating what he said, man. Because I'm telling you, it is not PG. That ain't told they're gonna go on Netflix.
Oh, yeah. All right, guys. On that note, we're gonna go ahead and close this out. Thank you for tuning in to Unhinged and Undocumented with Boy Cruz and myself. I hope y'all have a great week, and thank you for tuning in. Y'all have a good one.
Peace.